Goodman and Hummel podcast, and we got Robbie Hummel.
I'd known you since you were a kid.
I could blow my knee out, both knees, and still kick your ass.
We're trying to find the Robbie Hummel statue.
I wanted to kill you.
All right, welcome into a special episode of the Goodman and Hummel podcast. I'm Jeff Goodman. He is Robbie Hummel, and I'm joined by none other than two Big East stars. One that is looking for a three-peat, Alex Karaban, the other who is coming back from an injury, and I can't wait to see him get back on the court soon, and that is Providence's Bryce Hopkins. But first, guys, we have to call out Hummel here for the fact that his Twitter account has gone stagnant, guys. And I know you guys don't know or care because, I mean, honestly, his Twitter account sucks. But he's been locked out of his Twitter account, and I think his mom and dad are the only ones that really follow him, and they're worried about him. They're worried. What happened, Robbie?
I got a new phone, and that's enough to lock you. Dude, every other app transferred over seamlessly. But X, formerly known as Twitter, I can't get back into it. And I still have some connections to Priority Sports, so they're trying to help me. I'll take help from anywhere I can get it right now. I don't know. I might never get back in, but they told me today that it took Gordon Hayward 2 weeks to get back in. So if Gordon took 2 weeks, I might be screwed. I might never get back in.
Listen, the first good to Elon. Good job, Elon. Keep him out. Keep him out, baby.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. All right, let's get going on this. Guys, appreciate you joining us. I'm going to start with you, Alex. The big news of the week, the AP poll came out, and Kansas was 1. Alabama was 2. The UConn Huskies were 3, and your coach was not happy about it. Dan Hurley let it be known that, hey, we should be number 1. What do you think when he, you never know with Hurley, kind of his motivation for some of this stuff, Alex? What do you think?
I mean, I'm always going to side with my coach, but really, looking at it, the preseason APs really don't mean anything. So, it's great being recognized as, a great team for this coming season, but it don't mean nothing because, we've seen many teams that have gotten ranked in the preseason not have great seasons. So, it's a good starting point, but we just got to build on it.
Alex, I know from the outside looking in that Coach Hurley looks like, playing for him could be crazy. But I also, from the outside looking in, get the feeling that you guys really enjoy playing for him. What is it about him that allows him to coach you guys the way that he does?
I'll just say it's our off-court relationship that we have with him. I think, everyone's super close to him, and he's just such a good person to be around that, that every time he's on the court, he just wants the best for you. And, he's really getting you outside your comfort zone every time. And you realize that's what you need to become a better player. And we trust what he does out there on the court with the rest of the coaching staff. And, we truly believe he has the best interest for us. So we let him push us. We let him, yell at us and, have the intense practice that we have just to get better. And, it's just for the better. And we love that.
What's your best, Coach Hurley?
I watch Izzo, and I watch guys go back at Izzo, and Izzo loves it. Like, I've seen some of your practices. I haven't really seen anybody go back at him in practice or during a game. Have you ever seen that in your time?
Never. I've probably seen it once from Andre Jackson, maybe. That was the one time, and then the whole team got punished. So really, no one really goes back at Coach Hurley.
Smart move. Bryce, give us the update, man. Give us the update. That's the big thing right here. How's the knee? Obviously, you tore your ACL last January, missed the end of the season, and it sounds like you're going to be back soon, but probably not for the opener. Give me the update, how you're doing, what you're doing, how you're feeling.
Yeah, everything's been going good. I've been making really good progress. I've been doing more stuff in practice day by day. I don't have an exact date on when I'm going to be back yet, but my strength trainer, he's been doing a great job of putting me through workouts 4 to 5 times a week. And I know I can feel a difference in my knee, and I can tell it's getting stronger. So just taking it day by day and getting back on the court and getting back into the swing of things.
No contact yet.
Jeff, can you follow what we're doing?
I got a follow up here. I want to ask him if he's doing contact yet. That's all.
Okay.
No. I'm slowly working my way back into some more live things, but no contact as of right now.
Okay. Go ahead, Rob.
Thanks. Bryce, unfortunately, I know I blew my knee out twice in a 6-month span. So I understand the recovery process of it. I know that after a certain amount of time, you feel like your knee is structurally sound, but I thought the hardest part was the mental aspect of trusting it and feeling like, all right, no matter what happens, I'm going to be good. Where are you in terms of that mental recovery, do you feel like?
Honestly, my mental has been really good. Obviously, it sucks not being out there on the court as I've used to be, but I mean, just having my teammates around me, them picking me up, being in practice, and being able to get back into some stuff that the team is actually doing is showing me that I'm actually getting stronger in my knees, getting back into the swing of things, and getting used to, what I used to do. So, just taking a step day by day, and actually seeing the progress I'm making week by week has been a big help for my mental.
Alex, how's life back at classes? You could have listen. You could have had a scenario where you never had to deal with classes again, but you're in class. You're back in practice every day. What was that decision like at the end, and who helped you through that process?
Yeah, it was stressful, of course, but I'd just say my parents, my agent did a great job with the entire process, and then obviously my coach staff too. And I have no regrets. It's great being back on campus. It's great going through classes again, and I had that gut feeling that it was the best decision for me, and I have no regrets with it. And I'm super happy I'm back. I've continued to get better, just from being back on campus since the summer, and I'm just more so excited just to get another year going.
Bryce, Devin Carter's drafted in the lottery from your guys' team last year. You're going to be back, obviously, this season. But if you're looking at the roster that you guys have at Providence, who's maybe one guy that you're thinking, all right, if this guy's going to be an all-league guy in the Big East, this is who it's going to be?
I feel like we have a couple of guys. I feel like Wesley Cardetta has been a great addition from Chicago State. Very versatile, very strong, great defensive player. I feel like his versatility and the way he defends, I feel like he could be a big help for us this upcoming year. Bensley Joseph from Miami, a pest on defense, great at playmaking. I feel like he could be the same as well. So I mean, I feel like we brought in some good pieces that complement the group of guys that we brought back: Jaden Pierre, Corey, Floyd, and the other players we have back too. So I'm looking forward to it.
This question's for both you guys, but Alex, we'll start with you. There's no doubt that for both of you, you guys are the undisputed leaders of your team. Not that you guys didn't have leadership roles in past season, but this year you guys are the guys. So what are you doing maybe differently, and how has your role changed vocally with your groups?
Yeah, I think more so is just continuing to give the guys confidence every day, and just the belief in themselves to go out there and compete every day. And Coach Hurley's biggest emphasis is being 100% every day and making sure you give it your all every day. So making sure the guys are confident each and every day, and putting their best foot forward. And over time, the work's going to pay off, and the trust within each other, team chemistry wise, is going to work. And we'll get to the team that we want to be, but it's more so just giving the confidence every day to the guys.
Bryce, what about for you?
Me, that's pretty much all I can do right now. Being on the sidelines and stuff is, just uplift my teammates and, be vocally present in practice. So, just making sure that everybody's doing this. The guys that's coming in, actually, like our transfers, making sure they're up to swing on the plays. If they have any questions like that, I'm there to help them. If they have any questions on what the Big East is like, what the experience is like playing in the Big East, I'm there to help them, and just being there to pick them up every day.
Bryce, I got one for you. Last year, your coach put out a cryptic tweet about tampering, general tweet, right? I think everybody knew it was about you. Everybody knew, and we don't have to say what program or who, but like, how does this work now? How does this work? I've always said it's easy to tamper because coaches don't go directly to the players generally. They're going to go to your AU coach. They're going to go to your high school coach, maybe your mentor if you have one. How did it work to you without mentioning any names?
Honestly, I don't even know how that process works. I would assume they reach out to somebody who you're close with, and then go through communication like that, but I'm not sure how exactly it works.
Alex, I assume nobody tried to tamper with you?
No, nobody's tampered with me.
Nobody's dumb enough to try to get you out of stores.
No, no one's attempted that.
Can you guys take me through how getting an NIL deal works? You don't need to give me a monetary figure or anything like that, but how does it get set up, and what are your responsibilities? What just, and I guess this is coming from somebody that played in the non-NIL era, but how does this happen?
For me, my agent, he does a great job of just, finding deals that fit me and like, the type of companies that I want to work with and, products that, I'm proud to represent. So he finds those and then I go forward, and usually it's probably a couple social media posts there or, just continue to shout out the products. But, it's more so just finding, companies that I enjoy and that, are super cool to work with. And, you usually take money out the factor just because you really want to enjoy, what a brand has to offer.
Bryce, what about for you?
Yeah, mine is pretty much similar. They reach out through my agency, and my agency comes to me with the deals. And if I want to represent the company or shout them out on my Instagram or Twitter, whatever it may be, I go through with that. And then we also have a collective at Providence where donors donate to the collective, and then our collective goes out in Providence and they try to find us deals, so we go and work for or just show up at. It could either be an appearance, stuff like that, like golf course events, some stuff like that. So yeah.
So like,
what is the range? Sorry, Jeff, real quick. What is the range of things that you guys do? You mentioned, all right, so you have golf events, you have speaking events. Do you guys run camps? Like how wide of a net, I guess, would be the question, are the things that you guys are doing?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I said, we have golf events. We speak at some schools for like some younger kids that go to schools around Providence. We also hold camps as well for kids upcoming grades, probably like 9 to 15 or so, like something like that. And yeah.
And a lot of this stuff is stuff that you did before but didn't get paid for, right? A lot of it is.
Yeah.
Now you're getting paid for most of it. How many, Alex, if I said to you, like, how many companies, like, are you working with right now? Give me a number of like how many you think you're working with currently.
I'd say it's probably 3 to 4. It's
Okay.
not as many as, as expected. I'd say one of them's one or two of them are probably bigger names, and then the other two are like local spots on campus. So I'd say those pretty much that much.
And you're both with, am I right? You're both with Bartlestein, who's kind of helping you out. And they, again, between the collectives and your agent, they're both pretty much filtering this to you, giving you the option. Have either of you said no to something?
Yeah.
You have, Bryce?
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
before, but it hasn't been like a big like opportunity. It was probably like an appearance somewhere for something like that. I don't even remember what it was, but it's probably like an appearance.
It sounds like you don't get overwhelmed, neither one of you, Alex. Like, it doesn't sound like it's too much, but you guys are all about ball. You want to obviously get to the next level. That's the priority here. How do you balance it not being a pain in the ass, frankly speaking, during the season?
You just keep the main thing the main thing. And, I came to school just for basketball, and I came to become a better basketball player. And that's the reason why I'm here. And every day I wake up, all I think about is just working out and just getting better. And, NIL, it's a great, side thing to where I'm able to, gain money and learn about financial literacy at the same time. So it's a great opportunity that we have now in college. But, if that becomes your focal point and the reason why you choose a school or, go to college for basketball, then, you're not in it for the right reason. And, the NBA, the money there is, it's unbelievable, and it's way more than NIL. So you just got to focus in on getting better with your school.
Bryce, what about for you?
I feel like it's the same thing. I mean, me and Alex were both great basketball players. We went to school to play basketball, and NIL, my first year in college, I didn't even make a lot of money. So
Did you make
basketball.
any? Did you make anything at Kentucky?
I made a little bit. That was
Yeah.
like through some camps that we had from a similar thing like at Providence, a collective. But it wasn't nothing crazy. So Just keeping the main thing, like Alex said, the main thing, and knowing what your goals are and trying to achieve those goals. NIL shouldn't distract you. I mean, making your dreams come true at the next level. I mean, it's all right there in front of you. You just got to keep working for it.
Alex, this summer, Coach Hurley flirted a little bit with the Lakers job. It made me think of when I was in school. I played at Purdue. I played for Matt Painter. And my last year, he almost took the Missouri job. And I remember it definitely was nosy. It probably was annoying, but I was trying to sort of put some guilt in him to not leave. Did you have any talks like that with Coach, or was it just kind of like, man, I know I'm coming back, but I'll let these chips kind of fall where they may?
Yeah. During the whole thing, no one really knew what he was going to do, and it was kind of stressful. It was a stressful time period for us, but he called me on Sunday just to talk to me about it the day before he announced, and he just kind of gathered my thoughts, and we just had an open conversation about, what he may have wanted to do, or just his thought process. And obviously I was stressful, but at the end of the day, I was happy for him, just because for him to have the opportunity to go to a world-class organization like the Lakers, I mean, he had to explore it, and we'd be mad if he didn't take the chance to, hear them out. So it was stressful for sure, and obviously selfishly I wanted him back, but I was happy for him that he went through the process, and obviously glad he's back.
So you weren't calling him to remind him we could three-peat. If you come back, we could do that.
No, I never did that. I let him have those talks with his family, and just gave him the space.
Listen,
You're a better man than me. I definitely bombed an econ test and called Coach Painter multiple times in those couple of days.
Alex, we both know this was a complete Andrea Hurley decision anyway. Dan had no say in the matter.
I I don't know about that. I don't know. She definitely had a little bit of say, but
I would have loved, listen, I would have loved to see the first time that Dan Hurley tried to get into LeBron. That's what I would have loved to have seen more than anything, just to see LeBron's reaction. Because and I talked to Dan throughout the process a little bit, and he said, he's like, I'd figure it out. All you who don't think I could coach in the NBA, I'd figure it out. I'd change, whatever. And I think for the most part, he would. But I don't think he can contain himself all the time, Alex. I think there would be that time when he just can't control himself. And, LeBron would probably drop a few F-bombs back at him.
nah, he'd figure it out. I'm not worried about him.
No, I think he would. I think he would. But he's not 100%, Alex. Let's be honest. He can get to 97, 98. But I think there are those times when it would be kind of interesting to see what would occur if he had gone to the NBA. Because again, all these college guys get crucified, right? For, most of them don't work out. And actually, I think Brad Stevens worked out for a long, good period of time. And Billy Donovan's done a good job in tough situations in Oklahoma City and Chicago. I think Dan would have figured it out. I really do. But I think the college game needs him more than the program needs him. So that's kind of good that he's back.
If you haven't heard by now, we have partnered with BetMGM Sportsbook. We're going to be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we'll have special offers for the listeners and the viewers of the Field of 68 throughout the year. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you can use bonus code FIELD, and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. The best part, all you need to do is deposit and bet $10 of your own hard-earned money to be eligible. Here's how you make it work. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using that bonus code FIELD. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure that you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. BetMGM is going to have some fun offers available throughout the NBA playoffs. Bet insurance tokens, odds boost, and what I love, a nice parlay boost or two from time to time, as well as a ridiculous array of player prop bets for any sport that you could possibly imagine betting on. BetMGM is and always will be the king of the prop bet. So go download the BetMGM app, use the bonus code FIELD, and sign up today. And while I've got you, a quick request. The best way to support the Field of 68 content that you get for free is to engage with us. Rate and review the podcast. Like and share the YouTube videos. Tell your friends about us. It all helps in a world where the algorithm is king. And now, back to the show.
All right, Bryce. Of all the games I've gone to over the last 5 years, I'll put 5 years on it since COVID. Ed Cooley's return to Providence was second in terms of atmosphere. Hostile, just incredible. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. Number one was clearly for me, far and away, was Chris Beard going back to Texas Tech. That was just pure insanity. I thought they were going to tip his bus when they were leaving for shoot around. Where were you? Because you were still recovering from the ACL. Where were you? Where did you watch it, and what were you thinking?
Yeah, I was actually in Chicago, still recovering from my ACL surgery. I was in a hotel. I was watching the game. I think it was at noon or so, sometime around then. And yeah, I mean, I was watching videos. I was scrolling through my Twitter. I was seeing all type of videos of how the atmosphere was. Kids tripping over each other, trying to get into the game. All the stuff that they were saying about them in the stands. People throwing beers and stuff on the court. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's where I was.
Was it hard for you to watch? Because again, you and I talked about this before last season, and obviously you have an affinity for Ed Cooley, who brought you to Providence, and but obviously you're a Friar now. Was it almost good for you in a way that you weren't there?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was tough not being there with my team, but also it was tough being, there watching. I couldn't really do anything. I mean, it was tough not being able to see Coach Cooley just to say what's up to him and stuff like that. I appreciate everything he did for me, bringing me to Providence and, everything we did that year. So it was kind of tough just seeing what the people were saying about him and just stuff like that. But, I have the utmost respect for him, and I was glad that we were able to come out with the W then too.
Alex, you guys have already joined iconic teams. You're talking about like 91, 92 Duke and 2006, 2007 Florida. The only team to win 3 straight ever is UCLA. They won 7 straight national titles, which is insane. But, as a group, how I guess are you guys approaching this? That you could be, you already are a historic team, but you could put yourself in the pantheon with another national title if you guys can find a way to win one more.
Yeah, obviously taking advantage of the opportunity and knowing that we have a chance at making history and realizing that, but at the same time, this is a whole new team. Like we got a lot of new guys this year. We got a lot of sophomores looking to make jumps for us. We got a lot of freshmen transfers. So making sure that we get better every day is the main thing. And, trying to just, take one step at a time and just focus on the moment. We're not looking too far ahead. We're not even thinking about that because we know teams don't care what we've done the last 2 years or what we did last year. Like we know teams, they're going to see UConn and just play their best game against us. So, we just got to realize that, and we just have such a huge target on our back that no one's going to have any sympathy for us whatsoever. So, just staying in the moment and getting better every day is, kind of our goal right now.
The rumblings out of stores have been that Liam McNeely has looked phenomenal. What stood out to you about the way he's played so early in his freshman year?
Yeah, I think ever since the summer, you could just tell he's not a typical freshman. He's not, he has that maturity and he has, just the IQ and just, he carries himself as someone who isn't a freshman. So that helps him out right away. But, he's a scorer. He could score in any type of way. He's a great shooter, super unselfish out there. And, just his work ethic is off the charts. He's working out, all the time and just always wants to get better, watches film, talks to the coaches and just continues to seek advice from myself or anyone else. So really, he's going to have such a huge role for us on the team this year. And, I truly believe he'll be one of the best freshmen in the country.
I ask coaches this all the time, but I don't think I ask too many players, but I value your guys' opinion. You've been in it long enough. I was going to say, give me one thing you change if you were commissioner of college basketball, but I'm not going to hold you to one. Like it can be an off the court thing. It can be an on the court thing. Some people will say like 24-second clock, whatever. Alex, start with you of like rattle off a couple things that you don't love right now about college basketball that you would change.
I like it. I don't know if anything really is going to change. I like it. I like how the tournament's scheduled. I like more specifically how the Big East tournament is, how the Big East schedule. I love everything about it. So I don't know. I think it's been good. I don't really have anything at the top of my head right now. I like how college basketball is in.
What about like realignment? And everything that's going on with realignment right now. I know it's not affected Big East as much lately. But, like I just look at it there's so many changes that have taken place lately, and realignment's one I hate. And now, again, it didn't affect you personally. Obviously, it affected UConn a few years ago, and it's helped UConn.
I don't know. I don't like how the conferences are going right now. Obviously, at least for the Big East, I love how the Big East are right now, and I think trying to keep it that way is great for college basketball. But if that's the direction that college basketball goes, then we got to make adjustments with it. But I love how the Big East is, and I just love. Every fan base is great in the Big East. You get to play each team twice, Madison Square Garden, everything. So it's really one of a class.
Bryce, give me something good. Come on. Alex gave me the coach speak there, complete coach speak. Nothing. I love everything about college basketball.
Well, shit, the players get paid now. You get to play in the Big East. It sounds like a good deal to me.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we have one of the best conferences, so I don't really have any more complaints either. Like Alex said, the tournaments is great. We play every team twice a year, so just going in and being able to play in Madison Square Garden is one of a kind, one of the most historic NBA arenas there is. It's just electric. Making it to the semifinals, even though I wasn't playing last year, just being able to feel that environment and be there cheering on my team was great. So, I don't have any complaints.
Let me ask you guys this, because I know when I played, and this would have been the late 2000s, we couldn't work out with the coaches on the floor at all. Those rules have now changed. As players, how do you think the summer rules are? Because when I was playing, the rules almost funneled you to go work out for guys, which brought a lot of agents into the equation. Do you think the rules now, and Bryce, we can start with you, are they good in a way of all right, I can get better with the current rules?
For sure. I think they have a time that you are allowed to, be with their coaches in the summertime. So, being able to work out with them and, just learn, especially the new guys coming in, being able to learn some of the system and some of the key things that the coaches want from you, I feel like it's good for you. But, yeah, that's all I have pretty much to say about that.
Do you feel like the time is enough, not enough, the right amount?
I feel like it is the right amount. I feel like it's not too much, it's not too less. I feel like you have the perfect amount, and then you're still being able to do stuff in the weight rooms, which is great. So yeah, I feel like it's just right.
Hey, Alex, when Hummel played back in the 80s, they weren't allowed to have cream cheese on their bagels. That's true.
The NCAA said that they could give us bagels, but no peanut butter or cream cheese topping. That would make it a meal. So that's
how ridiculous is that?
I would say I would have issues with the way that things were going when I was playing, but it does feel like for the players things have gotten much better. So
it's all right, Rob. If you had an NIL deal now, you'd be able maybe you get cream cheese company or something like that. Maybe you could get something with what's the big cream cheese now?
I couldn't tell you. I
don't even
know
whatever
the one is. I don't know.
You can make a few bucks. I think you make enough money to maybe get your Twitter back.
Maybe.
Not sure.
So.
All right, we're gonna play.
Take it to the.
Let's play a quick kind of fun, fast-paced kind of segment here. We're gonna alternate hitting you with quick questions. Just rattle them off. We'll start with Alex. Your favorite place to play other than Gamble or Hartford?
Obviously Providence is a fun arena just from, they have a great fan base, sell out every game. So that's always an electric environment, and the little rivalry between our schools too has formed. I like Marquette. Marquette's got a great arena. I love playing there. And yeah, I'd say those two are kind of, just great spots and, well-respected arenas to play in.
Bryce?
Yep. I love going up the street to UConn. The rivalry we have. They have $2 beer night when we play them, so that's always good. The fans are always engaged and heckling us and our fans, so it's always fun going there. I like Marquette. I like playing in Pfizer Forum. It's really fun. And then I also like Butler too.
Ooh,
that's a good one. Henkel's good. Craziest road environment. Alex, we'll start with you.
Like in the Big East or like
you can say nationally. You can go anywhere.
Nationally, it was probably when we played at Kansas last year. That was crazy. That was sold out Like everyone, all the seats were filled up even before we got there to warm up. So that game itself, that was a one of a kind experience.
Bryce, what about for you?
I think it has to be UConn.
Let's go.
Just simple. It has to be UConn. The rivalry.
Hey, before we finish this segment, I do want to get you guys to talk about each other's games because you are familiar with each other's games, have guarded each other. Give me, all right, Bryce. What do you do to stop Alex? What do you do? Give me the scouting report. Give me the Providence scouting report to stop Alex.
Well, I think first it's his intelligence. He's a very smart player. He's always doing the right things. He's a very good shooter. So you have to be there. You have to be there on his catch. So he's not getting off quick threes. And then you just have to contain him on the dribble. So I feel like his playmaking is good as well. He crashes the glass. He's very tough. So he keeps you on your toes when you're guarding him. So yeah.
Alex?
Yeah, I mean, Bryce, he's one of a kind player. I mean, you saw what he did his first year in the Big East and was first team all player. So, he's a star itself. And really, he could do a little bit of everything. So you just got to be ready for the drive. You got to be ready for the shot and the post moves and the rebounding. Just he's another tough player. And, he's a tough matchup for anybody just with smaller guys. He can post up and use his size and, bigger guys guarding him. He can use his quickness. So, he's definitely a special player. And, I'm excited for him to make his return too, just because he elevates this league to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I think we all want to see him back.
Yep.
Go ahead,
Bryce, we'll start with you here. Who's the toughest player you've ever played against in college?
That's a tough one. I don't know. You might have to come back to me. I'm not sure. Not off the top of my head. I'm
All
not
right,
sure.
we'll let you think about it. Alex, who you got?
Dude, my freshman year with Bryce, like I'm not just saying it because he's here, but like I say that like he was always one of my toughest matchups, and he definitely got me that first game at Providence, and without that, I wouldn't be the player I am now or learn from it. So I'd say him. Zach Fremantle's another tough cover as a four-man just with his size, and really, I think just the Big East has so many different unique four-man players that like it's a challenge every night depending on who you're guarding.
You got anybody, Bryce?
Yeah, Bryce.
I would probably say Omax Prosper maybe from Marquette. Just his length, he's down to catch, his versatility, being able to shoot and drive the ball. He's a tough matchup. So I'll probably say him.
I'm going off script with this next one, Hummel. Who's the best trash talker in the Big East? It could be somebody who already left. Like they might have left this past year, but give me somebody that won't, a quality trash talker. Either one of you can go.
I'll say you go.
Bryce.
I would say Kolek. When he came back to Providence, he always had a chip on his shoulder, and he was I remember he hit a three in front of our bench last year, and I think he was talking to Kim. I don't know what he said because I was across the way from him, but he looked over at our bench and was chirping on Kim. So probably Kolek.
Yeah, Kolek's a good one. I was just gonna say Cam Spencer, my teammate last year. I mean, the amount of F bombs he got from crowds and all the chants that he got from crowds saying F Cam Spencer. I mean, there were way too many of those. And the amount of fights he almost got in, whether that was with Baycott or with the Marquette fan base, like I'd say him.
What's the first thing you guys bought with your NIL money? First check, you went out and got something. What'd you get?
With your real NIL money, not 2 years ago's NIL.
I think mine was my dog. I got a
Really?
dog now. Yeah, I got a dog.
What kind of dog?
An Aussie Doodle.
Nice.
What'd you name him?
Yeah.
Nova.
Nova?
Nova.
I know that's crazy. I know that's
What?
crazy. I know that's crazy. I know that's crazy. I know that's crazy.
What?
Would
I
not
know
have
that's
thought
crazy.
that.
I know that's crazy. I know it's crazy.
That is funny. Alex, what about for you?
I just bought my mom and dad something from Louis. We went on a Europe trip, so I just went to all the stores out there, just got them Louis Vuitton wallet or something in that store just for them.
What is the, because I feel like in the NBA people always get asked like, what's the craziest thing you guys bought with your first check or whatever? Was there anything that you guys went out after a certain point where like,
what was yours? Wait, before they
didn't-
answer this, what was yours when you got your first NBA check?
It wasn't my first NBA check, but I got some money and I went and bought a backpack that was stupidly expensive from Gucci.
Like how much? How much?
Like, I don't want to say.
How much? How much? Come on.
It was like, oh God, it was like $2,200. Not a smart
20
thing.
grand?
No, Jesus, a backpack for $20,000.
I don't know.
No.
I thought that's
It
what you just said.
A $20,000 backpack.
$2,000?
No, it was like $1,800, I think.
All right.
$1,800. But it's a backpack. It's the same as a frickin' JanSport. Like, you know, it's not, when you look at it, it's not an intelligent purchase. But did you guys have anything like that?
Me, no. I usually try to save all my money. Not really.
Smart.
I'm shocked, Alex. I'm shocked.
I don't like spending money. I don't know.
Alex grew up like how far is South Florida, Framingham? Alex, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
I mean, he did say he just bought a Louis Vuitton gift for those aren't cheap. Like, so
but not for him. Not for him.
True. That's true.
Bryce, you buy anything crazy? Other than
I
the
got
dog?
I got a Louis duffel bag.
Yeah.
So I'm right there in the same boat as you, Hummel.
No, they're nice. Like, don't get me wrong.
They are
cool. But you know what I felt in the NBA? I was like, all my teammates have this stuff. And even though I was making the minimum, I was like, dude, I need to fit in. Like that sounds outlandish, but there is that type of like keeping up with everybody else type shit. And looking back, is there a better use of that money? Absolutely. But is it a cool thing when you buy it? You're like, this thing is sweet.
Hey, do you ever play in the card games, Hummel, with like KG when you were in Minnesota?
I played in a card game because so many guys got traded. And so many of the dudes liked playing poker on our team. And I like to watch, but I was always like, dude, I made the league minimum both years. Just because the pots would get to the point where I'm like, dude, I would just get bought out. You know, it would be really, really hard to stay in. But at one point, so many guys got traded that a couple dudes threw me some of their per diem. We're like, just play. We want to play so bad. And we need more than 3 people. So you can play with us and we'll pay for it. And if you win, we can split the winnings. So I was like, all right, cool.
And
I didn't win.
Shocking that you weren't good at poker.
I didn't win.
Speaking of which, when we finish this, I'm heading straight to the blackjack table. I'm in Vegas right now, guys. So straight to the. I already. I didn't do well on the first trip. First trip was unsuccessful, so now I got to make the money back. Just don't listen to me, guys. Like Alex, save your money, do what you've been doing, and Bryce, like, don't do what I do. Whatever you do, don't gamble. Do not gamble, whether it's any type of gambling. All right, who wins? I can't believe I'm even asking this question. Who wins one-on-one? Kim English versus Dan Hurley. Who wins, Alex?
I mean, I gotta say my coach. I gotta say Coach Hurley.
He wouldn't even listen. Kim's like how many years younger? 50.
Kim's my high school class.
No matter. Coach Hurley, before every practice, he's getting threes up. He's doing layups, free throws. Like, he's still got the jumper. It's gonna be Coach. Coach will win.
Hey.
Look at Alex. Listen, I give you credit, man. You go to war with this dude, no matter what.
That's my guy.
It could honestly be like, hey, Dan Hurley against, like Jason Tatum, and somehow Alex would be like, well, Dan Hurley, man, he's tough. He'll fight him tooth and nail. He'll find a way.
Let's be real, Jeff. Dan Hurley has the power to say, Alex, get your ass on the line for what you said. No, if he says Kim English, he doesn't have that pull, but Danny Hurley can make his life tough.
Wait, you don't think so with him coming back? Alex, you don't have a different level right now of juice with Hurley?
No, everyone's treated the same in this program. No,
it doesn't matter. Like he will.
Else.
So
we have a great relationship, yeah, but he's not gonna treat me differently just because I came back and he came back. No, that's not how it works.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right, Bryce, let's hear the rebuttal. Why would Kim English beat Danny Hurley?
So I got a story actually. Last year, Kim, he hops in practice with us, and we had we had a play. I'm not going to mention any names. We were playing like a one-on-one drill, and Kim was in there, and my teammate was guarding him, and he caught him off a closeout. Kim drove and went up off his right leg with his left hand, almost dunked my teammate.
Dang.
And that's just aside from everything. I mean, just showing his athleticism at that age. He can shoot the three. He actually beat my teammate, my point guard, Jaden Pierre, in a one-on-one. So, I mean, Coach Kim still got it. So I'm definitely going with Coach Kim in that
Yeah, he's
battle.
only like 34 years old. Like he's
Yeah,
not
for sure.
like, he's not like he's really that old.
Yeah,
It's
Kim
funny.
still got it.
They're both very different, but they're both players, coaches. I mean, it's crazy to say that right about like Dan Hurley, because sometimes you see him and you're like, really? Like he's the ultimate player's coach. Right,
No,
Alex?
he definitely is. And, that's why you see guys, just stay with the culture, stay with the coaching staff, and, really believe in the program. And, that's just a credit to Coach Hurley and how he coaches us and who he is as a person.
Last one I have for both of you guys is I'll start with you, Alex. How different this UConn team is going to be, obviously. A lot of different parts. We said this last year, right? It was going to be different, but you guys kind of figured it out. What's going to be the biggest difference? You don't have Klingon. You don't have Cam. Obviously, Tristan Newton's gone. Even more changes this year than a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, we lost 4 pros, and that's just itself, it's tough to replace. And we got a lot of youth on the team. We got a lot of sophomores we're dependent on. We got freshmen that, are expect to have big roles for us. And, we got 2 transfers who we believe could really help us out. But, we definitely got to figure out how to put the pieces together and really how to live up to, the Coach Hurley standard and the identity. But, nothing's really going to change our offense. It's going to be the same. Our defensive principles are going to be the same. And, we're going to play to the same identity. It's just we got to get to that point by November and, just continue to build on it and become a better team by each game and, heading into the Big East season as, as complete as we can be.
Bryce, Providence will make the NCAA tournament if what?
If we stick together, we lock into our culture and just play hard every game. I feel like we brought in great pieces. Bensley Joseph, Jabri, Abdurrahim, a great shooter. Wesley Cardet, ruthless on defense. Karist Esandoko from St. Joe's is a big present.
He's
7'4".
good, man.
Yeah, Oswin coming in, he's a freshman, but his athleticism, I feel like he can change the game in ways. So I feel like if we just keep on building our chemistry and just buying into our culture, I feel like we're gonna definitely make the NCAA tournament this year.
All right. Well, listen, appreciate you guys both coming on. Alex, great to have you back. Bryce, can't wait to see you back on the court. Hopefully sooner rather than later here. Just be smart.
Yes, sir.
Hummel knows that, man. Hummel knows that. Like you just, one thing you don't want to do, right, Rob? I mean, if you had any piece of advice,
I'd just be like, man, take your time. Like I know you want to get back, and I hustled back after mine because we were, going to be highly ranked the next year, and I clearly was not physically ready. So just, be on your timeline, I would say.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And we'll see you on the court soon. Thanks
Yes,
for
sir.
joining
Thank
us.
you, guys.
Goodman and Hummel
Thank you.
podcast. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much.